Okay, eighth graders, sorry about that. My daughter came in and had to use the potty. She's now recently potty trained and had a potty emergency, and the boys came in from outside, so I am now in the bedroom trying to film this because it's way too loud out in the dining room. All right, so we left off with alternate interior angles are angles that lie on opposite sides of the transversal. When the lines are parallel, their measures are equal. That's the point. Why find this? Because you can find the measures of things. And it's good if you're going to build bridges, build buildings, art, trying to get the angles right of certain things that you're drawing or sketching or painting. This knowledge is helpful. All right, so 4, the measure of angle 4 is equal to the measure of angle 6. So where's 4 and 6? All right, those two measures are equal. See how there's one line there and one line there? That means 4 and 6 are both equal. Now 3 has 2 lines because if you put one line, it would seem like it was equal to 4. So they put 2 lines, and that's equal to 5. These are on the inside of the parallel lines, so they're interior. They're alternate because it's not the same. They're like opposites. They're like across the street from each other. So the measure of angle 3 is equal to the measure, that's an M, of angle 5. Alternate interior. Alternate exterior are exterior lines that lie on opposite sides of the transversal. When the lines are parallel, their measures are equal. So these lines are parallel. So we have 1 and 7 are equal. See 1 and 7? The measure of angle 1 is equal to the measure of angle 7. And the measure of angle 2 is equal to the measure of angle 8. See how these are on the outside? 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 are still in there. But we're just talking about the outside. That doesn't really do a good job. Look at that. The outside lines, okay? All right, now over here, corresponding angles are also different. They are angles that are in the same position on the 2 lines in relation to the transversal. Say, what? All right, when the lines are parallel, their measures are equal. We know they're parallel. We see these little lines. Okay. The measure of angle 1, right there. So let's put a little line. Okay, is equal to the measure of angle 5. Okay, so 1 and 5 have the same angle. The measure, see how there's the comma? Now we move on. The measure of angle 2 is equal to the measure of angle 6. So 2, here's 2. So we're going to do 2 lines. 1. Measure of angle 2 is equal to the measure of angle 6. Okay, these are on the same side. Up here, these were opposite, see? 4 and 6 were opposite. 1 and 7 opposite. These ones corresponding are on the same line, see? Okay, and it would continue on. There's a comma. The measure of angle 3 is equal to which one? 7. And then 4 is equal to 8. Okay. All right, moving on. All right, now some practice with it. Classify the relationship between angle 1 and angle 7. So angle 1 and angle 7, what are they? Are they alternate interior, alternate exterior, or corresponding? Well, 1's over here and 7's over here. So they are not on the same side. That means they can't be corresponding. Are the angles on the inside, the interior? No, they're on the outside. So if they're on the outside, they're alternate exterior, okay? So 1 angle, the measure of angle 1, if you want to write it, is equal to the measure of angle 7 because they are alternate exterior. Over here, classify 2 and 4. So 2 and 4, let's look at it. 2, where's 4? 4. They're on the same line, so they are corresponding. What about over here? Next page, 385. 2 and 6. 2 and 6. These ones are also corresponding. Look at that. The 2 and 6 are in a corresponding position on the 2 lines in relation to the transversal. They're corresponding angles, okay? Or I guess it might say in the same position. I don't know. In the figure, the 2 lines are parallel, blah, 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 intersected by the transversal, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Classify the relationship. Angle 4 and angle 5. So 4 and 5. So I'm going to draw this just to make it a little bit better of a visual. 4 and 5 are going to have the same measure. If they are they on the inside of these two parallel lines or the outside? The outside. So they are alternate exterior. Exterior paint is when you paint the outside of your house. Interior paint is when you paint the inside. Okay. The next pages have some other things. There's a video it talks about, so if you want to watch the video online. Sorry, I almost fell over. The points you have to figure out here are what are the angles, okay? So first, a quick recap because you may not remember it. I'm just going to go up here. This is a line. This would be a perpendicular line. From here to here would be a right angle. That's 90 degrees, okay? If you have a line that goes from here to here, it's 90 degrees, right? What if you went from here all the way over there, though? Well, this is another 90 degrees. What's 90 plus 90? 180. Oh, come on, pen. There we go. 180. So if you have angle and it goes all the way across there, that's 180 degrees. If you were to complete a full circle, that's 360 degrees. Okay, those are the important ones. Those are going to be what you use to do subtraction. That's literally all you're going to be doing for some of these problems, subtracting and finding what the measures are. So over here, it tells you the measure of angle 1 is how many degrees? 50. So all the corresponding ones, so 5 are going to be, this is also going to be 50 degrees because this matches here. Okay, so measure 1 is 50 degrees. Over here, angle 2, what would angle 2 be? Because 1 and 2 are, what would they be? They're both on the exterior. Okay, I'm going to pause because you may not remember this from previous times. If you know the measure of one angle, you can use your knowledge of the supplementary and vertical angles. Okay, so that is something you may not recall. It's when it fills one in. I don't care that you know the vocab. What I want you to do is know that to go from here all the way over here would be 180. So how do we figure out what number 2 is? You go 180 minus, we know what that is, 50. Okay, well that's 0, that's 3, okay, 130. So 2 is 130 degrees. So if 2 is 130 degrees, what else is 130? Well, that means 4. Because they're opposite, and that means this 3 is 50. Now, we know about alternate interior and exterior and corresponding. So we know 6 is going to also be the same as 2 because they're corresponding. And then 7 is opposite of 6, so that is also going to be 130 degrees. 5 and 8 are opposite, and that means that's going to be 50. So the measure of angle 1 and 2 are going to be supplementary. And supplementary, basically, you add up to the 180. Moving on. Oh, my video is getting too long. I'm going to pause and go on to a part 3.